So last time we learned about transistors and how these devices operate and work. So once voltage is applied at the collector, it's not allowed to go to the emitter just freely, and the reason for that is how the transistor is made. So for the symbol that I drew there, we say that this is an NPN transistor, but they are PNP transistors. So for the NPN transistor, it has two N-type materials and one P-type in the middle. The two N-type materials are filled with electrons, and the middle part is filled with holes, which should be represented by blue circles. And once voltage is applied at the input or the collector, it cannot freely go to the other side of the emitter, and once some voltage source is applied, the electrons can freely move to the other. And so having that in mind and knowing how transistors operate will help us learn about very powerful devices called logic gates, which we are going to discuss today. So what's a logic gate? We are going to start with one simple logic gate, which we call a buffer gate. So a buffer gate is simply a device that outputs the value that it has in the input. So if we have on, it's going to be on in the output. If it's off, it's going to be off in the output. So how can transistors make these devices? So what you're going to need is a transistor, an LED, two resistors, 1K and one voltage source. So actually, if you're making this at home, make sure it looks a little bit like this, and yeah, you can use a 5-volt power supply. So the switch is at the base. Once we turn it on, once we press the switch, now the LED can light up. So this resembles a buffer gate. Once it's on in the input, it's on in the output. Once it's off in the output. So this is how a buffer operates. Once we press the switch again, so the LED turns on, and once we release the switch, the LED comes back to its initial state, which is off. And that's how basically a buffer gate operates. So if it's on in the input, it's on in the output. If it's off in the input, it's off in the output. So thank you very much guys for watching, and if you like this demonstration, please hit that subscribe button, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye.